Great. Now that we have reviewed what inherited traits are, we're going to talk about now what things that we do that we have learned. So, your genes don't control everything. Many things that you do or that you know how to do is because they were learned. So, the definition of learned behavior is a behavior that is learned by practicing or by watching other organisms. In this case, it could be that you learn something from your siblings, from your parents, grandparents, or even your friends. Now, I want you to take a look at these four pictures. What are some of the learned behaviors that you see here? If you need to, you can pause this video to watch or see these four pictures and come up with your answer in your head, and then press play when you're ready. Okay, great. Well, let's discuss what we see here. In this first picture, I see a dog fetching. Now, I know that that's a learned behavior because that dog has been having to practice over and over again how to catch the ball and return it back to the owner. So that has been a practice over time. Then in this picture right here, I see monkeys getting something out of that white bucket. Now, it looks like it's a zoo. So that zookeeper has been putting the food in that white bucket for many, many times, making the monkeys now realize that when they see a white bucket is now going to be or mean food. So that's been a learned behavior of them to grab that bucket to grab their food. And then this picture right here is a kid playing baseball. Now, I know that's a learned behavior because playing a sport is something that you have to practice over and over again in order to get good at. So the thing that you have to ask yourself is, was I born with it? If the answer is no, then it was something that most likely you learned. So learned behaviors help an organism survive by sustaining life processes, protecting itself, having energy, having mobility, so being able to move, and ensuring or making sure that there are future generations, future of themselves. So let's look at this picture right here. It's a man swimming. Now, why do you think that this man is learning to swim? How would that help him? So think in your head silently for a couple of seconds. So we learn how to swim to avoid drowning. So if we're ever put in a situation that we have to swim, we're able to survive by learning how to swim. So that's a learned behavior. Now, let's look at this other picture. How do these people's learned behavior help them? You're looking at this picture silently and just think for a couple of seconds. Humans learn how to karate for self-defense. So if they ever put in a dangerous situation where they have to do karate, they are able to self-defend. So that's protecting themselves. Now go to the next slides to check for your understanding. Good luck.